Hi guys, how are you? Hopefully you're all doing well, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me better today. I listened to my video yesterday. It was very quiet. There's a new setting on my device which clearly I didn't know about because they did an upgrade. And they changed the settings here. So hopefully you can hear me better today. What's today? The 25th, Tuesday of January. And we have a few archangels present. We have Ariel, Ramael, Haniel, Jegodiel, Barasiel, Samael, and Phanuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. It's a good amount. So let's see what Spirit has to tell us today. Father in heaven, archangels, angels, high self, and spirit, please show me clearly. What do you want me to tell the collective for today, Tuesday? Thank you. I'm like Tuesday, January 25th. Okay, so let's see. The devil. Sideways. First card. Isn't that great? And I tuned in earlier and they were talking about, they said we were definitely going to be talking about love. So let's see what happens. So, why is the devil sideways? Half out of toxicity, half in, half out. Hold on a second. I have quite a few cards just splattered on the table here, and I take how they fall into consideration in reading. Okay, these are all meant for the reading, correct? Yes. Okay, a splatter effect. Maybe you feel like there's a splatter effect happening in your life. Things are all over the place. All right, toxicity. Are you still dealing with the devil? Will somebody give fair to you? Are they still toxic? Can I speak my truth? Okay, these are things that you're going on in your head right now. Okay, you're really stressed. This is at the top of the deck here, okay? Got the Nine of Swords. So you're really stressed over this. Am I still dealing with is this person as toxic as they say they are? No. As I think they are. Yes. They're like, nope, not say they are. Think as I think they are, right? Yeah, so you're in your head, okay? Sorry, guys. Let me flip this one over. Thank you. Okay. I see what's going on. All right, so possibly, just possibly, this person who you're not sure if is still in devil energy, is still not all that great for you. Okay, I feel like possibly they may be calling you, approaching you, somehow giving you some type of sign or some type of knowledge that they want to come back to you, because they are telling you that, oh, you fulfill me so much. You are what I want. And this is why it's messing with your head, because you know that they're toxic or they have very toxic energies about them. And you know that they've been playing you, I want to say, for a while. Okay, so for those of you who are dealing with this situation, the ending, they ended a commitment, and oh God, this person I feel is very childish, okay? We have a lot of pages on this table, okay? So I feel like they half-heartedly, I feel like they were in and out of your life, almost like, I'm committed to you sometimes, but not all the time, okay? This is, sorry, I got like a hair on my lip, sorry. Yeah, this isn't good. You're stressed. This is something you're just like, I just want you to man up already. And I feel like they have been showing you, I would say for a large portion of you, that they're more toxic than untoxic. At what percentage is that they're more toxic? 80 to 85% of these people are more toxic than not toxic. Okay? It's like you feel like, I think you're just a player. I feel like in your head you're like, you play me. You toy me. You toy with me. Okay? Yeah. And they're like, how many times do I have to recover from your abuse? From this 1 minute you love me, 1 minute you don't. 1 minute you're in, 1 minute you're out. You've manipulated me. I feel like this person constantly manipulates you, plays mind games with you. I love you. I want to be with you, I'm not with you. I want to do this, I'm not. It's like it got this back and forth, right? This seesaw effect. But they're the only one on the other side. You're in the middle of the seesaw, and one part of their personality is on one side, one part they're like back and forth, back and forth. There's never like a middle ground. Yes, they're saying, I said, how accurate is this for today's message? They're saying hundreds of % on point. So this is going to hit home for a lot of you, okay? Okay, do you want anything else with this deck? No. All right, what's the next deck you want to speak with them with? They've been using this deck a lot lately. Guys, as soon as I started doing the reading, I had this headache, like right here in my eye. I'm sure that is going to be significant to somebody out there. Okay. The headache in my eye. You don't want to deal with this toxic energy anymore. Okay, or this, you don't want to deal with the devil. You don't want to deal with the toxicity that comes along with this person. Okay, what's the next message here? Oh, well, it kind of fell out this way, so I shouldn't put in the upright. Okay, well, now that's in the upright. Let me ask why. Okay, so Spirit is saying, so if you've been in your head a lot about this person, which it seems like you have been from the beginning of this reading, and if you've gone within and you've gone to God and you've prayed and you meditated and you thought about this, it's like, don't you see that they never really gave you what you wanted or what you needed to be in this relationship, in this situation, okay? You didn't receive a lot. You didn't grow. There wasn't any fruit that we're reaping. That's pretty much what they're saying. Worth reaping, I should say. It was an empty field. All right? It's like you planted the field and the harvest never grew. But you waited. And you planted and you weeded and you watered and you sowed, but nothing really flourished. It's like they actually just showed me, like the sprouts came out and then they died. Their plants were only this big. I hope their penis wasn't this big. Sorry for you men that are watching this. But I'm just saying. I'm going to put this one this way and this one this way because that's how it fell. And this here. So let's see. Let me ask. Before I say, I want to just ask. Whose truth don't they know? Theirs or the other person? Something about not seeing the vision. You're not seeing something clearly. The viewer or them have many paths. The other person has so many different paths, which is saying they have taken so many different avenues. So I'm saying they gave me the player card. They have consumed themselves with so many people, okay? You don't know this truth. Or maybe you do, but it's almost like they're saying, if you know that truth, they're saying there's so many more truths that you don't know. And my stomach is growling at the same exact moment. Yeah, I feel like, and it sounded like an angry growl. I feel like you would be so angry to find out this truth. This person has kept you stuck in illusions. You need to see beyond the illusion of this past situation, this past person, for whoever this reading is resonating with, okay? You need to take a different perspective. It's funny, I literally posted something about this on my Facebook page about perspective. You can't fight with somebody if you know deep down in the heart they won't even understand the perspective that you're trying to make them see. Are they even smart enough to see the other perspective? You need to look at it at another perspective, at another angle, okay? And then this is all by their self over here on the side. They don't want whose counsel? They don't want to better themselves. This person doesn't want to better themselves. So it's kind of reminding me again of that thing I just posted. Maybe they're just not that bright. Maybe they just can't. Maybe their brain doesn't work that way. Maybe they think having so many people into them and hooking up with so many people, or having all these people available at their beck and call that want them, maybe they think that is the right way to be. This is not a person that you would want to be with. This is not a person of value. Spirit's like, on point, Rose, on point. Okay? And they're saying, and you don't want to deal with the toxic person that wants to keep coming in and out of your life. I mean, do you? That's up to you. Don't you see? You didn't reap anything good with this situation, even if they're like they showed me. Maybe things looked like they were growing in the right direction, and then it just died and decayed right in the middle of the field, like right before your eyes. And I feel like I see you looking at the field saying, what just happened? How did that just happen? Like it was growing. How did everything just die? How did this whole field of plants just die on me? How did this garden just disappear? And now it's just turned to ash. Okay, next deck, please. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sometimes the message is a little bit brutal. As you know, sometimes spirit can be a little blunt, which I personally like because I like bluntness. Sometimes, we tiptoe around the truth. Like this reading. Maybe you tiptoed around that truth. Maybe you saw it. You didn't want to see it. Or maybe you saw it. You hoped things were going to change. Maybe you thought they would maybe listen to you. I feel like you were counseling them. They had the counsel. They don't listen to counsel. Maybe you tried to make this person better or the situation better, but they weren't listening. And I feel like what they're saying is maybe they don't know how to listen. I'm sorry, my dog is barking. There was a car door that just slammed. At least she's a good watchdog. Shh, Deja, stop it. Sorry if that's loud. I know the mic's on now. You hoped that you, with all your wisdom and all your patience, that something beautiful was going to manifest. But they're showing me exactly the same. It didn't. That field, that garden you planted, that thing you thought was going to grow and take off because you saw it growing, it just ended. It ended abruptly, I'm seeing, abruptly. But they're also saying there's a reason why it ended abruptly. It wasn't, look, action in reverse. Ended abruptly. You can't make it up. And it's funny because all these things were going to fly out of my deck and then it just stopped. And then I looked up, I said, what is this card? Action reverse. There is no action. You need to take your own counsel. For those of you who keep falling into this trap, Spirit is saying you are much wiser than you are being. For those of you who keep falling back, lean back, right? Yeah. You're much wiser than you are acting, they're saying. If you're one of those people that keep falling back into it. Hold on a second. They're saying it's almost like they're saying, you don't understand the infinite wisdom that you have, that you've accumulated through all your past lives. You've been through this cycle before. You are wise enough, and I feel like you've been patient with this cycle before. And they're saying in your past lives, you're repeating this cycle. So just so you know, those of you who are in the thick of it, you've been sent here to see if you can get out of this cycle in this lifetime. And they're saying you're repeating this. They're like, didn't you learn your lesson in the past? And in the past life? And they're saying you've done it again. You're repeating the cycle. You did this already in this lifetime. They're saying you're repeating this lesson again. And guess what happens when you don't repeat it? You come back and you repeat the same damn shit over and over again until you get it. Until God loses his patience with you and says, you know what? You don't get any more chances. How many chances am I going to give you? You don't get any chances. It's interesting that they said that. Protection. Are you talking about God's protection, the universe protection, or something else? All right. They're saying, sorry guys, I don't like always being the bearer of bad news sometimes, but I guess they're giving me so many examples to make you wake up, basically. The universe, the card fell like this. This is the protection card. So it's not like this. It's not in the upright, and it's not in the reverse. It's tilted slightly upward. That's how it fell. The glass still has some, you're about to go halfway, and then you go this way. That's how much protection you have on you. For those of you who it's almost like they're giving up on you. They're like, yeah, we're going to almost not protect you anymore. We'll see when you need it. And then they're going to be like, yeah, you're on your own. I was just saying this. God gives up on you. The universe gives up on you because it's like, how many times am I supposed to make you get out of jail free card? How many times are we going to do this? You are being stubborn to learn from this mistake. Yeah, there's no prosperity in that past cycle. There is no growth. You know this. You know this. They're saying you know this. There is no community there. And this person or situation is not somebody, this is the busy bee. Busy at work, right? Harvesting. There is no harvest here. You can go to that field where those sunflowers were growing, but they're dead. So what are you going to get out of a dead sunflower? Not much. I know this is a bit harsh, but they're showing me this. And I know a lot of you people on my channel are doing the work. I know a lot of people are, but I also know there's a lot of you out there who are just still hoping and wishing and praying that this past player energy, a player doesn't mean that he had or she had multiple energies while they were with you. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, because they did say there's some things that you just don't know. But this is a person who was in and out of your life. Their energy was in and out. They were never solid. They were immature. They came to you half-heartedly. They never gave you a solid commitment. It's almost like they're showing me they didn't know how to, even though you were expecting them to. You're not going to move beyond this. It's like you're going to hit a wall. I feel like they're saying you hit a wall. You hit a wall. you talking about the past person or the viewer? Oh, God. Okay. So they're saying that it's almost like you are keeping this secret from yourself. You know, because you've been through this a million times, that this situation won't regrow. It won't regenerate. It'll never be what you want it to, but yet you're lingering onto this hope. Maybe, just maybe, it might grow. It might change. It might evolve. Okay, what's the next deck? Okay. Guys, I'm sorry. This is like it's a blunt, harsh message, but it is. Like, it just is. Like, I can't control what they're telling me to tell you. You know? Don't you wish I could say to you? And sometimes they do give me those messages. You're going to get a gift. You're going to, oh my God, that's the best. I love those readings. Like, it makes me feel good to give you a good message. But they're telling you this for a reason. There's a reason. And this just fell off the table. And there's a reason for that too. Why did this just fall off the table? For those of you who are stuck in this energy, they're saying, you have fallen, my child. You have shut off the side of you that's going to grow, the side that's actually going to truly see things clearly. All right? Even if you are going within and speaking to spirit, and you're praying and you're praying and you're praying and you're praying, and you know that this situation is not going to work out in your heart of heart, but yet you still wish it so. They're saying, I'm sorry. This is not your path. Sometimes things don't work out for a reason, even though we want it to. Because sometimes, like I just said, my child, we are children inside. And I want it, but I want it. Right? Or when they just showed me, or we're in fear. We're in fear we're not going to get anything better. We're in fear. They showed me a picture of an abused child sitting in the closet at their house. Okay? And they're in fear of their parents because their parents beat them. Not that I'm saying this person beats you, but maybe emotionally it's beating you up inside. I hope they don't beat you. But they're saying, but you keep going back to your parents because you love them and they're supposed to love you. And you accept it. That's what they showed me. You're accepting the abuse because it's what you know. Well, damn you. Evolve. For those of you who are sitting there thinking that you're doing the work, because I'm assuming most people who are watching my channel are trying to do the work, because that's what I teach, right? Is evolving, is growing, is moving beyond the realm that you're in right now, all right? You know what? It's good sometimes to get a little comfortable, but then it's time to grow. All right, this was fun. Let's move on. Next phase. Thank you, next, right? It's the next phase of life. All right, let's evolve. Let's evolve. You can always evolve, right? I was just saying this morning. That was one of the biggest problems between me and my ex-husband. He was so black and white. He could not see that there were 50 million shades of gray in between black and white. And me, I am evolution. I don't know how to explain it. Like I was going to say, I evolve all the time, but I am evolution. I always evolve. I never stay stagnant. I hate stagnancy. Like, all right, I can relish in it for a minute, but then I'm like, okay, next, more, more, more. And it's not more about material things, but more I want to grow. But if you think that you are growing, for those of you who really know in your heart that you're really kind of stuck in this past because you really just wish and want it to grow, there's like you have put yourself at a standstill. You did it. And it's funny because the standstill card fell before. But the standstill card in this deck means to go into solitude and meditation, to heal. But I'm saying you are putting yourself stagnant if you are waiting on the past. You know what? Give it to God. If things are meant to be, it just will be. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, right? Give it to God. Move on. Say, thank you, universe, for the person you brought into my life. Thank you for letting me move on to the next. I am ready for more. I'm ready for more, right? Thank you for the lessons. You know, if that person is meant to be in my life, I know you will show me. But I'm no longer waiting. I am open. I don't want them. And that's another thing, guys. I don't want them in my life anymore. I learned my lesson. Because if you're meant to be, God is going to make it happen. He just will. But know that you learned your lesson from this person. Because I'm saying 85% of you guys are not supposed to be with that person that you are set on, that you are dead set on. Person or situation or family or whatever it is. All right? I know I get a little bit when I talk about the family thing, but sometimes we're not meant to be in our family unit because they're just not good for us. Sometimes the work situation, sometimes the friends situation. Sometimes we think people have our best intentions and they really don't. And they're reminding me of something I read today on Facebook. Sometimes people start off with the best intentions and so much love. And in time, they change. You're like, I thought you were good. I thought you understood. But you're not. And in time, the true colors come out. They gave me the Remember Who You Are card in reverse. You don't know who you are if you're staying in this place. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Spirit for yelling at you. They're giving you a kick in the ass. They're making me be blunt with you. They're giving me blunt messages because apparently you need it. For those of you who are listening to this. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. I've made so many mistakes in my life, but I've learned. I'm growing. Every day, even the other day, I realized something. I was like, aha, that's why I always do that. Now I know. I won't repeat that mistake because now I know why I do what I do. I know it triggers me to do that. Dogs are barking. For those of you who refuse to move forward, you're not standing in your power. You don't even know who you are. You think you're talking to God? Well, he might be listening to you, but you're not listening to him, so God can't help you. Right? You draw the horse to the water. You can't make him drink. You buy the best gourmet food for your dogs and your cats, or for your kids. You can't make them eat it. I don't like it. You buy someone the most beautiful gift and they don't like it, and you're like, what? That's God and the universe saying, what? I gave you so many things and you're like reluctant. They're showing me the 4 of Cups. You sit like, but they constantly give you the gifts. Like, what? Doesn't this make you happy? You don't know who you are. You're not standing in who you are. If you are the person who is resonating with this reading right now, if you think that you're all that in a bag of chips, and that you're standing in your power by waiting on this past situation, you're not. Because they showed me the first few cards. You are in your head over a person who's toxic, who wants to come back into your life, who's been a player. But you can't, you know this. It's like, you know they're never going to give to you what you want. And again, the player. All right, maybe they didn't cheat on you, but maybe their head was not in the game. Or maybe they were just in and out. They weren't consistent with you. Okay, because some of you people don't want to believe this person was possibly playing you. Because the Knight of Wands, someone is so charming in the upright, so charming. They sweep you off your feet. They romance you. And then they're like this in the reverse. And then they're out. And you're like, wait, where are you? You're talking to who? You're posting this person's picture on Facebook or on Instagram or on this, on, you know, like, wait, what's going on? How do you know that? And then they're, my dear, I love you. I miss you. I want to be with you. They're schmoozers. They will schmooze you off your feet. And then they flip a switch and they're like this. You know this. Whoever this reading is for, you know this. Even if they're not dipping their stick in everybody's underwear, doesn't mean they're not talking to a million other people on the side. But they said there's so much more that you don't know, even if you think you know it all, because they showed me that you kind of think that you know it all, but you don't. There's so many things that you don't know. This person wasn't as transparent as you thought they were. The first card, Devil, sideways. Anything else with this deck? Anything else with any other decks? Yes. Can we make this a closing messages, please? Yes or no? No? They're like, no, Rose, we are not done. Okay. What's the next deck? This deck, okay. I don't, this is, can't make this up, guys. I'm sorry. I do whatever they tell me, even though I want to be done because I want to do other things. It's my fault that I didn't get on because I was too preoccupied earlier today with other things. It's being a little lazy. I'm not going to lie. It's being a little lazy today. I kind of needed it, I guess. Been needing it a lot lately. Just, it's the winter blues, I guess. You have a barrier up because you're stuck in fear. That's what they're saying. Even for those of you who are going out and trying, and even I feel like for those of you who are saying like, but Rose, I'm doing the work, but Rose, but Rose, they're saying like, you still have this barrier up. Even if it's halfway up, it's up. It's because you're afraid. And you're not fully afraid, but you are afraid. It's still in there because all these cards just fell out sideways. So it's like, you're not trapped in fear, but you are in fear. So you have this boundary up, which I get it. I can't say that's a bad thing to do, right? Because, you know, who wants to be stuck in fear and who wants to be hurt? So it's like, you know, there has to be a middle ground. You want all this abundance in your life, but it's like you're not focused on it. You want all this abundance, but you're not focused on the abundance. What is truly going to make you abundant? You're not being very wise with the time that you have right now. Like me, I was being lazy this morning. You're much more resilient than you're giving yourself credit for. All right? I feel like you're confused, too, about a direction, an answer to a situation. What do you mean by this? Okay, sorry, I had to ask because I was confused. You need to release the stage of you being unfruitful because you've been stuck in in a stage right now where you haven't been growing. Okay? You need to release this. Let go of it. Air out the closets. Let the moths fly free. They're saying this deck. Okay. What do you mean? Explain. We already know that. You're lying to yourself about how abundant you are. Hold on, is that what you're saying? They're lying to themselves about how abundant they are? No, that's not what you're saying. Okay, good. I was like, really? What do you mean? Explain. Explain this card, please. Give me clarifiers for that card. Oh, you're still stuck in fear. You're lying to yourself about being stuck in fear. Maybe you play the part like you're really, really good on the outside and the inside you're not. And as I say that, all these cards just fell out. Oh, all right. Finally, we got something good. It's your destiny to overcome this obstacle, to overcome this fear, to jump, to be aware that you can stand in your power. Okay? You can break. What did I say yesterday? What was it? We were talking about curses, the family curse. You can break the family curse. You can move beyond it. This may be a familial pattern too that you're repeating. You may have to go back and look at it. Have your parents been in the same thing, or your siblings, or aunts or uncles, or, a life of solitude? You know it's your destiny to overcome this. But if you're stuck in the past, you can't. If you're stuck on somebody who shouldn't be in your life, you can't. It's about you being strong, being smart, knowing the truth, and being so freaking strong in your own skin that nothing can break you down. And this is not about being prideful, having pride, not being arrogant, being solid. Just being a solid, good human being for yourself and for everybody around you. Let me tell you something. When you're like that, you attract something amazing into your world. But it's about knowing you, knowing your truth. That's why the truth card came upside down, because you don't know your truth. You don't know this truth. You don't know you because you keep living in this past cycle. It's a pretty big message, guys. I'm not going to lie. Anything else with the cards? Was that the closing message? Okay, guys, that was the closing message. Anything with the book? Nope. Okay, we're wrapping this up. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I'm sorry that it's a little bit harsh and a little bit blunt, but there is a silver lining at the end of this reading. It is your destiny to break the cycle. This is probably a familiar curse if you really look at it. Okay? It is your destiny to break it. Because if you don't break it, guess what? Your children are going to follow it. Their children are going to follow it. You're going to repeat it in your next life. Do you really want to? Do you really want to go through this again? And they keep saying this life of solitude, this life of stagnation, getting far but not far enough. You can. It's your destiny to do so. It's all of our destinies to do so. To move beyond our wildest dreams. But we are all responsible for our own selves. You can't be mad at anyone, no matter what hand of cards you've been dealt. We all make our own choices. And we all have to choose to evolve. And if you choose to stay still and you're miserable and you're bitter and rotten inside, it's nobody's fault but yourself. You can't even blame the other person because odds are you're not even meant to be with that person. Rejection is God's protection. That's a thing. If this person has rejected you, has never claimed you, or maybe they did, but they are in and out and they're not solid, that tells you something. Rejection is God's protection. Okay? Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.